Dillinger...
I'm telling you that John Dillinger died in 1956 of a heart attack.
But, sir, it's proven history that John Dillinger died...
John Dillinger died in 1956 in Bill Olmsted's pool hall, and stop calling me sir, okay? Now, my real name is Eddie Green. I changed it to what it is now to escape the prosecution of the FBI, you see. I was once a member of John Dillinger's gang. My best friends was Lester Gillis, better known as Babyface Nelson. There was Homer Van Meter, and there was Charles Arthur Floyd. Pretty boy Floyd. Anyway, the story goes like this. Old John Dillinger got himself mixed up with Anna Sage, the lady in red, and got himself gunned down outside of the Biograph Theater in Chicago. That wasn't really the way it went down. No, sir, no. Not by a long shot. You see, back in 1934, the political corruption in East Chicago was so bad that the only way they knew how to stop John Dillinger was to take away his fame and his notoriety. You take away a man's name and you take away his life. And old John Dillinger, he loved being famous. They staged that thing with him coming out of the Biograph Theater and being gunned down with the lady in red. I mean, there were lots of witnesses to that too. You know? People were taking a piece of cloth and dipping it in his blood. I mean, strange as it seems. I mean, it's blood of a bank robber, and it wasn't even the right man's blood.
But, Mr. Pennington, if that wasn't Dillinger that night at the Biograph, then where was he, or is he?
He had just outrun about a dozen or so officers of the peace, and things had gone terribly wrong. I mean, John Dillinger had gotten hit, and he was hurt pretty bad. He had taken two in the hip and one in the jaw, and we didn't think he was going to make it. And we had old Lester and Charles. They tried to patch him up, and they took the slugs out of him, but he had lost a lot of blood. He was able to get up and get out of bed and walk around. Anyway, we got back into civilization, and the first thing we heard was that John Dillinger had been gunned down outside of the Biograph Theater, and we had a few drinks, yeah, and we laughed about it, and then we decided all to go our own way. He tried his hand again at bank robbing. He told me that he went into this, he said it was pitiful. I mean, he went into this bank and he said, I'm John Dillinger, I'm going to rob this bank, and nobody would believe him. Well, a few years after that, it was 1956, and I ran into him in Bill Olmsted's pool hall in the back there. And we got to talking, and we were drinking and playing some pool. And John told me that he'd gone straight. Not that he'd gotten a 9-to-5 job or anything like that. And then we started talking about the last bank job that we pulled together. And I could see that the words, they pained him a lot. Because, well, when you think about it, I mean, this was his last job as John Dillinger. You know? And then he just sat down in a chair and he died. Just kind of quiet and peaceful like. You know, no guns blazing, no lady in red, no violence, no blood, no Biograph Theater, just an old outlaw going his own way. You know, just surrounded by good people and good drinks and good times.
Well, Mr. Pennington, that's quite a story.
That's not a story. That's history, plain and simple.
But, sir...
And then I told you to stop calling me sir. I'm telling you the truth. Now what you do with it is your own business. So, now if you'll excuse me...